Vector application. Now we apply vectors to solve geometry problems, distances, collinearity, midpoints, and simple algebra problems. Let's start from midpoint using vectors. So the vector for the midpoint is simply the vector A plus vector B divided by 2. For example, and hence midpoint vector. Vector addition first, and then the scalar multiplication with 1 over 2. Vector in triangles. Even is a vector from vertex to midpoint and centroid is the intersection of the point where the intersection of medians is equals to the average of 3 vertices. Now, for example, if these are the vertices of a triangle, then the centroid are those points where the average, so the average on the x-axis, second one, and therefore 2 comma 2 would be the centroid. I'll get some time also ask you for the dot product. So for example, if you have two vectors u dot v, the dot product is helpful when you want to see if the vectors are perpendicular. So if the dot product is zero, that would mean the vectors are perpendicular. And in order to find the dot product, just multiply their respective uh, components. So you x with bx, uy with by, and add them together. For example, in order to check if they are perpendicular, just multiply them. So x component with x once 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 3 times 81, which is equals to, which is not equal to 0, therefore they are not perpendicular. And LCAT really asks for heavy dot product. The most of them in the LCAT would be the perpendicular checks. Let's do some practice problems. So let's say and therefore once you multiply them, let's make it false. It's 16 not equal to 0, and therefore these are not perpendicular. But let's say if we had a negative 2 at the start, well, in that case, the Farah acid would be 0 and the vectors would be perpendicular to each other.